प्रपन्नाहं सदा श्यामा गुरुः पादारविन्दयोः तस्य प्रेरणया तस्य दिव्यादेशं वदाम्यहम्। अहो चित्रमहो चित्रम् वन्दे तत्प्रेमबन्धनम्। अहो चित्रमहो चित्रम् वन्दे तत्प्रेमबन्धनम्। यद्बद्धं मुक्तिदं मुक्तम् ब्रह्मक्रीडाभृगीकृतम्। वन्दे वृन्दावनानन्दाम् राधिकां परमेश्वरीम्। गोपिकां परमां शुद्धां ह्लादिनीं शक्तिरूपिणीम्। यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्ब्रह्म देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशम् मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। The divine souls. For the last 2 days, I've been explaining the philosophy of Guru Tattva to you. We've covered just a few basic points. We try not to cover too much in one day, but cover a few points and really make sure that everyone remembers those and understands them. So on the first day, we understood why Guru is necessary. All the scriptures tell us we require a Guru if we want to attain God. Attaining God should be impossible because God is divine and our senses, mind, and intellect are material. But the Guru becomes the link or the bridge between the material and the divine for us. So the one who avails themselves of the opportunity to surrender to a true Guru Only that person has the chance to attain God. Yesterday, I explained that although you must be anxious to know how to recognize a guru, well, first we talked about qualifications of a guru, that there are two main qualifications. One must have the total knowledge of the Sanskrit scriptures of Sanatan Dharma, and in addition must be God realized. So they have to have the total theoretical knowledge and the practical experience of God. That individual is qualified to be called a guru. So then I told you, you must be anxious to know how to recognize such a guru. But I said there's one thing we need to understand first, and that is, what does a guru do for us? If we understand that, then we'll be able to understand how to recognize a guru. So we began this topic yesterday, and I explained that, first of all, guru has to give us knowledge. Grinati jnanam iti guru. The guru shares knowledge, imparts knowledge that removes our doubts and confusions. So then we understand clearly what the aim of our life is. The guru also gives the knowledge of how to attain that aim of our life. What is the path we have to follow? In addition to that, I told you that guru does one more thing internally, which is hidden or secret, but can be experienced. The guru graces. The guru is gracing by giving knowledge too. But the guru is doing something like giving a divine power in our antahkaran, inside our mind, inside our heart. Guru is giving that power. You can call it Kripa Shakti, the power of divine grace. Guru is the very form of divine grace, and Guru has an intention to grace each and every soul in the whole world. That is the Guru's intention. But who can receive the Guru's grace? The one who joins their mind with the Guru, faithfully, humbly, with a desire to receive spiritual knowledge and increase their devotion to Radha Krishna. To that person, the Guru can grace. The Guru is able to grace us in our mind. But Guru doesn't announce that I'm doing this for you, I've graced you this much. It's all happening quietly, behind the scenes. Guru is just doing all this automatically. And the result of receiving Guru's grace is very great and very important. The Guru's grace purifies our mind. And this is something that you may say, okay, I could do that by doing good karma. I could purify my mind. Yeah, you could, but it would take you a long time. And the thing is, as we do good karma, we also add in some bad karma here and there. So we're taking a couple of steps forward, a step back. It's a very slow process to purify your mind just by doing good karma. There are yogic practices of the path of Gyan that allow a person to purify their mind as well. But those are also very slow. It takes lifetimes of concentrated practice to succeed in fully purifying the mind. But if one is doing bhakti, just doing devotion to a personal form of God with a guru to grace you, then it can become very fast, comparatively very fast. How long would it take? A few months, a few years, a few lifetimes, but comparatively very fast as compared to thousands of lifetimes. And depending how far you've progressed in your previous lifetimes, with the grace of the guru you had in your previous lifetimes, you must have had some true guru. Otherwise, you wouldn't have done bhakti. You wouldn't have created the devotional sanskars that brought you here tonight. So you've all made progress. How far have you progressed? It's different for every one of us. So if someone finds a true guru and starts following the path, it could be days or months and they'll be God realized, if they're 99% of the way there, based on the previous life's efforts. But it could take years or decades or even more than one lifetime. It's okay. We don't have to worry about that. But the point is, Guru's grace is entering our heart and cleaning our heart. This does two things for us. If our heart is getting cleaned, then it means negative things, impure things are being reduced or removed. So what is that? We can easily think of a few things. Anger, jealousy, hatred, frustration, laziness. All of these negative aspects of our personality, they start getting reduced as the heart purifies. And the positive qualities also improve, like humbleness, patience, focus, energy, determination, generosity, honesty, respect. All of these gradually increase. In addition to that, attachments in the world reduce. It happens. Many people are aware that, okay, on the spiritual path, the mind is supposed to get attached to God, and attachment in the world is supposed to reduce. But how do you do it? Do you do it by reading about it? Do you do it by thinking about reducing attachments? It never works. Just like you can keep thinking, I have to reduce my anger, I have to reduce my anger. That's not going to reduce your anger. What reduces anger? The divine grace purifies the heart, because the anger is just a symptom that the heart is impure. So without purifying the heart, how would anger reduce? Without purifying the heart, how would attachments reduce? It happens for us. If we're practicing devotion, we're following the path of devotion while taking the shelter of a true saint. The grace of that saint purifies our mind, and those attachments start reducing. So one day you realize, what happened? I used to feel much more attached to this thing or that thing. Now just one day I feel so much less attached. Yeah, it didn't happen all of a sudden. It was a gradual reduction, but you just noticed it one day that, oh, wow, today I lost this thing. This hani happened to me, and it didn't impact me as much because the attachment was less. The world doesn't impact me as much. Other people don't affect me as much. If someone's in a bad mood, it doesn't affect me as much. The attachment has been reduced. That is Guru's grace. And on the other side, Guru's grace also opens up our devotional experiences. Why do those have to be opened up? Why can't we just say, okay, I can chant God's name. All of God's powers are in His name. I can just chant His name. That will purify my heart. That will open up all the devotional experiences. I can just meditate on Radha Krishna and chant their names. That should take care of it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ji says, nope. Naam namakari bahudha nija sarva shaktis tat tatrarpita niyamitah smaranena kalah etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaivami drishamiha janinanuraga. In his Ashtapadi, this is one of those 8 shloks, he's praying, although Mahaprabhuji himself was Krishna, but he's praying to Krishna, setting the example of a devotee. And he says, "Oh Krishna, you are so kind that you yourself are in your name. You have put all your power in your name, your grace, your bliss. You yourself are in your name. And you haven't made any restrictions. I can chant your name anywhere, any time." So when you've made this divine power available to me, all I have to do is chant your name, then there's something wrong with me, because janinanuragaha, I don't feel love for you when I chant your name. I keep chanting your name millions of times, and the devotional experiences don't open up. What's wrong? Durdaiva, he says, which means bad destiny. But do you know where your destiny comes from? Your past life. And destiny doesn't just control what happens on the outside. There's an outer destiny of certain things that happen to you. That's destiny. But there's also an inner destiny. When will which sanskar come and affect you? What is the level of a person's devotional receptivity? When they chant God's name, how much bliss will they feel? If they ever meet a true saint, how much attraction will they feel to that saint? That all depends on our sanskars. The problem with us is, although we've done devotion in our past lives, we've also done a lot of namaparad. Namaparad means any type of negative thinking about God, God's names, negative thinking, disrespecting, disregarding to God, God's names, God's forms, God's virtues or qualities, God's abodes, God's leelas, and God's divine associates, his divine saints. All of us sitting here have made many such mistakes in the past. We know there's such thing as good karma and bad karma, but this type of bad karma is the worst type of bad karma, because it pollutes the heart so much that it blocks our ability to feel that real love for God, real bhakti. So we have this blockage. We keep chanting God's name and we feel very little or possibly nothing. This is what Mahaprabhuji says. So then, where does Guru come in? Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnur, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Guru is Brahma. What does this mean? Well, Brahma is the creator. So, Guru works on us inside and lets that, you can think of it as a seed of bhakti in every soul's heart. But that seed can't germinate if it doesn't have the right environment. So when we have all those negative reserves of all of our past namaparad, by the way, which cannot be removed by any amount of good action or devotion, there's only one thing that can remove it. God made one rasta, one loophole for us to get rid of those worst sins, namaparad. Surrender to a guru. That saint starts cleaning that. The saint is empowered by God to clean the hearts of the souls. So Guru is Brahma because he sprouts that seed. He cleans up the environment in here and allows the seed of devotion to sprout. What happens when that sprouts? All of a sudden, when we do devotion, it feels good. We feel some ras in doing devotion. It's not just a dry practice like I'm singing a song, or I'm just doing Rup Dhyan like an intellectual exercise. It becomes a real experience. That is a divine miracle, because now we're making a link with the divine realm. Krishna, Radha, their abode, they're omnipresent, but we're trapped in this material realm. How do we bridge that gap between here and the divine world? Guru's grace. He opens that seed of bhakti. So we start experiencing what Maharaji calls an abhas, like a little hint, a little glimpse of that divine experience, just a little taste of it. And that goes on growing the more the heart is purified. So Guru is Brahma. Then Guru is Vishnu, because Guru also has to protect that seedling now that's growing. Just because we started on the devotional path doesn't mean now we're impervious to the effects of the world. We still have some bad sanskars that come and affect us. And when that happens, we may feel less interested in devotion. Just forget about doing devotion for a while. We may even make mistakes and do more namaparad. So all of these things could end up just killing that young seedling of devotion before it could get big and strong. But Guru won't allow that to happen. Guru says, even if you do more namaparad, I'm protecting you. Even if you become worldly and you forget about devotion, I'm protecting you. I'm protecting that seed of devotion that I sprouted. Because when you have a good sanskar come and you come to your senses again, you shouldn't have to start from scratch. So Guru has protected that progress that we made, and he allows us to go further ahead. So that seedling of devotion grows and flowers and becomes a beautiful blossom of devotion that fills our life with confidence and happiness and a feeling of closeness with Radha and Krishna. And Guru is also Shankar, Mahadev, Shiva. Why is he Shiva? Because he's the destroyer. He's the destroyer of the impurities of our heart. He is the destroyer of our worldly attachments. On the inside, quietly, just cleaning it out. And in the end, remember, Gum Rautiti Guruhu. Guru is the remover of Maya. So in the end, when the mind of the devotee is fully purified, Guru eliminates the bondage of Maya and does one other thing. Gives one special power of Shri Krishna called Swarup Shakti into our mind. And now the mind that had become 100% pure becomes 100% divine. Just becoming pure is not enough. You can purify a ferrum that you take out of the ground, which has so many other things mixed in it. You can heat it and purify it and purify it and purify it until you get stainless steel. But you can't purify that ferrum to the point it becomes gold, can you? This is what that Swarup Shakti does. So Guru purifies our mind to the point it's completely free of any impurity, and then he gives Swarup Shakti, and the stainless steel becomes gold. the purified material mind becomes a divine mind. That's the moment of God realization. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. Then we have the divine vision of Radha and Krishna, or whatever form of God you had worshipped and surrendered to. See how much Guru does for us behind the scenes? All of that hard work. Guru Pati Tan So Kar Pyar, Hari Nirmal Jan So Yaar, Yah Antar Sujan Vichar, Guru Mahima Aparampar. Nirmal Man Jan Mohi Bhava, Mohi Kapat Chhal Chhidra Na Bhava. Shri Ram says to the citizens of Ayodhya that I will come to the one who has a completely purified heart. I cannot come to someone who has chhal, kapat, cunning, cleverness, like in a negative way, all the dishonest bent we have in our mind. He says, I can't come to such a person, but the Guru does. It's the Guru's job to purify the heart of those fallen souls. And once the heart is purified and Guru also gives the Swarup Shakti and the mind becomes divine, then God comes. Most people don't know this. All this that I just shared for you, if you ask most people, what does a Guru do for you? They would say, Guru gives a mantra. They may say, Guru will, fix something that's wrong in my life, or give me a boon, some type of material boon. Or Guru will show some powers to improve my faith in God. This is generally what people think a Guru is for. But everything I'm telling you is that Guru gives you divine grace on the inside. Nobody else can see that. They might see your tears coming from your eyes when you're chanting God's name. Where did those tears come from? Because you're chanting God's name, doing Rup Dhyan, that's moving your heart to have some devotional experience that brings tears to your eyes. But where did that come from? From Guru's grace, because Guru purified the heart and sprouted that seed of devotion. So someone may see some tears or see that you're looking happy, but they can't see, and nor can we see, what Guru is doing for us on the inside. But we can feel it. We can experience it. Let me briefly recap in Hindi, and then we'll get to the topic of how to recognize a Guru. ये प्रश्न बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है कि गुरु हमारे लिए क्या करता है। कल मैंने बताया कि गुरु ज्ञान देते हैं। ज़रूर गुरु ज्ञान देते हैं, हमारी शंकाएं को निकाल देते हैं, कन्फ्यूजन्स को समाप्त कर देते हैं, लेकिन उसके अलावा गुरु अंदर से बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट काम करते हैं हमारे लिए। गुरु कृपा करते हैं, हमारे अंतःकरण में गुरु कृपा देते हैं, और उस कृपा का परिणाम है हमारा अंतःकरण शुद्ध होता जाता है। तो हाँ, गुरु रास्ता बताते हैं, मार्ग दिखाते हैं और हम उसके अनुसार चलते हैं, उसकी बताई हुई साधना करते हैं हम लोग। लेकिन गुरु की कृपा के बिना साधना करते करते हमारा मन शुद्ध नहीं हो जाएगा। भगवान का नाम ले लेकर हमारा मन शुद्ध नहीं हो जाएगा। मन शुद्ध हो जाएगा गुरु की कृपा से। हमारा मन खास तौर से नामापराध से मलिन है। नामापराध का मतलब यही है कि भगवान, उनके नाम, रूप, लीला, गुण, धाम या जन से हमने अपराध किया है, हमने विपरीत सोचा है, हमने डिसरिस्पेक्ट किया है, तो उसके कारण हमारा मन एकदम काला हो जाता है, इतना मलिन हो जाता है। और उसको साफ करने का कोई उपाय नहीं है, कोई प्रायश्चित नहीं है। केवल एक उपाय है, भगवान ने कृपा करके हमको एक ही उपाय दिया है कि वैसे तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो इसको ठीक करने के लिए, फिर भी यदि मैं उपाय नहीं देता हूँ तो तुम लोग कैसे मेरे पास आओगे? तो गुरु भेजता हूँ। गुरु मानो, शरणागत हो जाओ और उसकी कृपा से तुम्हारा अंतःकरण धीरे धीरे शुद्ध हो जाएगा। और जैसे शुद्ध होता जाएगा वैसे ही काम, क्रोध, लोभ, मद, मात्सर्य, ईर्ष्या, द्वेष, वो सब कम होते जाएंगे धीरे धीरे। और सारे दैवी गुण ऊपर आ जाएंगे और संसारी आसक्ति भी कम होती जाएगी और भगवान के प्रति भाव होने लगेगा गुरु की कृपा से, ताकि हमारी जो साधना है वो फिजिकल ड्रिल न रहे, उसमें भाव भी होना चाहिए। तो वो भी गुरु की कृपा से होता है। तो ऐसे साधना करते करते गुरु की कृपा मिलते मिलते अंतःकरण 100% शुद्ध हो जाएगा। तब गुरु माया का बंधन समाप्त कर देगा और स्वरूप शक्ति देके हमारा अंतःकरण, इंद्रियां सब दिव्य बना देंगे। दिव्य आंख, दिव्य कान सब दिव्य हो जाएंगे और हम भगवान को देख पाएंगे, उनका दिव्य दर्शन करेंगे, सब गुरु की कृपा से। तो ये सब गुरु का काम है और चुपचाप अंदर ये करते रहते हैं, हमको कुछ बताते नहीं हैं, कोई देख भी नहीं सकता है कि गुरु क्या कर रहे हैं बिहाइंड द सीन्स, चुपचाप क्या हो रहा है किसी को पता नहीं चलता है, लेकिन गुरु ये सब करते रहते हैं हमारे लिए। तो ये सब समझना ज़रूरी है कि यही गुरु का असली काम है। कुछ कन्फ्यूजन है इसमें, तो अब हम ये प्रश्न उठाएंगे कि गुरु को पहचान कैसे कर सकते हैं। Now let's take up the topic of how do we recognize the true Guru. We know what Guru does for us, and we know what is the qualification of a true Guru. So how do we recognize that true Guru so that we can get that benefit? As I mentioned yesterday, one problem we face is that there is no physical characteristic that a soul adopts once they've become God-realized. So there's nothing you can do just to look and say, oh, this person's body is like this, they're a God-realized saint. Or this person's behavior is like this, they're a God-realized saint. It doesn't work that way. So how can we recognize? Rup Goswami says, Adau Shraddha Tatah Sadhu Sangotha Bhajana Kriya. True devotion does not start until surrendering to the Guru. Okay, but how do you surrender to the Guru? He says, first, Adau Shraddha. Shraddha means faith and also hunger. For what? For God. The more sincere our desire to find God, the more ability we have to recognize a true Guru. This is the first thing. If someone has no desire to find God, they will lack the ability to recognize a Guru. How do you recognize? In here. It's like an instinct. If you separate a calf from her mother, and then let's say there's a whole barn full of full-grown cows, and you just bring that calf in the barn, that calf will be able to find its mother. It just has is it doing it by recognizing what is the color, how tall, what? No. There's some instinct that the calf has and recognizes his mother and goes straight there. And of course, the mother recognizes her child. Something like that, based on our Shraddha. What is, kitni tej bhook hai Bhagwan ko paane ke liye, uske anusar hum asli Guru ko pehchan payenge. For instance, let's say you hear the lecture of a true saint. The true saint's words are not mere words, they have a power. It can be likened to a gun that has bullets, but the bullets are blanks. So when you fire the gun, it makes a lot of noise. It makes the same amount of noise as the gun that has real bullets. But the one that's firing blanks is just making a lot of noise, it has no effect. The one that has the real bullets, it makes the noise also, makes the sound, but that bullet can penetrate your heart. Similarly, the words of a scholar who's not God-realized or a great orator, okay, they can say all the same words a saint can say, but those words don't penetrate. They don't enter the heart because they lack spiritual power. But the God-realized saint is speaking from that divine status, that status of God-realization. So every single word of the saint has the power to penetrate our heart and start removing that knot of spiritual confusion and ignorance. It depends on our receptivity. You can't drive a nail into a hard rock, but if you drive the nail into the soft earth, it easily enters. So the grace of a saint through his or her words cannot penetrate the heart of one who has no desire for God, but one who is sincerely desiring God, who has a little more openness and receptivity, those words can penetrate, and then you recognize, oh, what this saint is saying makes sense. Oh, it just like, I didn't even know I was confused about that, and the saint answered my questions. I didn't even know I had that question, and the saint answered this question. I remember the first time I heard a lecture by Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. I had heard read lots about spirituality, heard lots of lectures on spiritual topics. But I just heard, it was like an excerpt of a lecture the very first time. And he was just talking about reincarnation, how he just said every soul is eternal and has had unlimited past lifetimes. So up until then, I believed that there was reincarnation. But I never ever thought to ask any of the people that I had gone to learn about spirituality, how many lifetimes have we had? Because I honestly didn't believe anyone, I didn't think there was an answer. I thought it would be a silly question. And here in one sentence, Maharaji has answered 3 of my questions and removed a confusion that has existed for who knows how long. That's just an example of one of my experiences, and many people have had such experiences where it's like Maharaji is just talking right to you. He knows what question you have in your mind, and he answers that, even though it's a video lecture. So the words of a saint can have a very deep impact, even a few words, a few simple concepts. That's one way that you can start to have an instinct. It's not like a final proof that this is definitely a saint, but it gives you a hint. Okay, there's something there. So you might feel an attraction, and you might recognize the impact or the power of that saint's words. There's one more way, which I already explained to you, but not from this angle. What does the saint do for us? The saint's grace purifies our heart, which removes the worldly attachments and the negativities of the mind. And as the heart purifies, bhav for Radha and Krishna increases. And I told you that this cannot happen without the grace of a saint. There's no means to fully purify the heart or quickly purify the heart without the grace of a saint. So, if you notice, let's say you have been attracted to someone you think is a true guru, and you've been understanding the philosophy through them, and you've been taught what the path to God is. So now you're doing sadhana. And now you start to see internal changes. Hey, my attachments got a little bit less. My anger got slightly less. My bhav for Radha and Krishna is starting to be there now. I actually feel something when I chant their name or do Roop Dhyan. This is pakka praman that you're receiving the grace of a true saint. There's no other way that bhav for God can increase. You may have a good sanskar come from a past life's devotion, so there are people who have some kind of devotional experience, but then 20 years later they're wondering, that devotional experience I had all that time ago, how come I don't have any more now? So you can have these kind of flash type of experiences just because of devotional sanskars. But if you want a steady and solid bhav in your devotion that keeps growing, you need the grace of a guru. So if that's happening, if you're noticing, hey, my bhav is growing. Now you don't have to advertise it to anyone. Gopaniyam, gopaniyam, gopaniyam prayatnataha. A devotee should hide their love for God, not advertise it. But if you are noticing internally that my bhav is growing and my worldly attachments are reducing, that means you are receiving the grace of a true saint. The saint is like the fire. The closer you go to the fire, the more your cold is banished and the more warmth you get. So the more the worldly attachments decrease and the attachment to God increases. And it's that simple to recognize a saint. Nothing more required. You can close your eyes and do it. Don't even look at the saint. What do they look like? How do they behave? What are you feeling? How does your heart change? How does your mind purify? That will tell you, are you receiving the grace of a saint or not? If you're following a saint, following their teachings sincerely, and you're not growing your bhav, and your negativities of the mind and attachments of the mind are not reducing, then that is your proof that you need to move on. You need to find someone else. But if you're following the teachings of a saint and that is happening for you, then that is all the proof you need. You don't need anyone else to tell you. You don't need anyone else to corroborate. You're having your own experience. Now, there are two things in this regard that we're going to take up tomorrow. One is, what about that person who has no shraddha? Can they benefit from a saint? And number two, the scriptures have told us one way that you can physically, with your eyes, with something you see, you can actually get a hint that someone is a true saint. But we're going to save these topics for tomorrow as we go further, more deeply into this topic of how to identify a saint. एक ही प्रमाण की जरूरत है संत को पहचानने में। क्या हमारा हृदय शुद्ध हो रहा है? क्या हमारी संसारी आसक्ति कम होती जा रही है? क्या हमारा राधा कृष्ण के प्रति भाव बढ़ रहा है? यदि ऐसा हो रहा है तो ये प्रमाण है, ये पक्का प्रमाण है कि आपको गुरु कृपा, असली गुरु की कृपा मिल रही है। यदि आप सचमुच गुरु की आज्ञा मानकर साधना कर रहे हैं और ये नहीं हो रहा है, संसारी आसक्ति कम नहीं हो रही है, भगवान से भाव नहीं बढ़ रहा है, उनसे प्यार नहीं बढ़ रहा है, तो ये भी पक्का प्रमाण है कि आपको कृपा नहीं मिल रही है। तो आपको असली गुरु ढूंढना पड़ेगा। श्री कृष्ण से प्रार्थना करके हम अपने आप ढूंढ नहीं कर सकते हैं, लेकिन हम कम से कम तो भगवान से प्रार्थना तो कर सकते हैं कि भगवान मुझे एक गुरु भेज दीजिए, मुझे मिला दीजिए किसी सद्गुरु से। जब भगवान देखेंगे कि सचमुच श्रद्धा है, सचमुच मुझे पाने की इच्छा है इस जीव को, तब भगवान असली गुरु हमारे पास भेज देंगे। When the soul is ready, God will send a true guru into the life of that soul. लेकिन एक प्रश्न है कि यदि किसी को श्रद्धा नहीं है, क्या ऐसे जीव को भी कोई लाभ हो सकता है गुरु मिलने से? और दूसरी बात है कि शास्त्र एक और चीज बताते हैं कि असली गुरु को देख के अपनी आंखों से हम एक चीज पहचान सकते हैं, जिससे हमको पता चल सकता है कि हाँ, ये असली गुरु होंगे। तो इन दोनों बातों को मैं आपको कल बताऊंगा और हम और गहराई में ये देखेंगे कि असली गुरु को कैसे पहचान सकते हैं। बोलिए वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। Now we'll be doing the kirtan on page 176. We can have Q&A. Yeah, we're almost out of time, so we can definitely have some questions afterwards in the lobby. Page 176. There are actually 4 things that a true guru won't do, and I'll also share those with you tomorrow. Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar Pyare, Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar Pyare, Jayati Guruvar Pyare,
Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar Pyare, Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar, Jayati Guruvar Pyare, Jayati Guruvar Pyare.
Tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar Pyare, tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar Pyare, tu hi Shankar Pyare.
Tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar Pyare, tu hi Brahma, tu hi Vishnu, tu hi Shankar Pyare, tu hi Shankar Pyare.
तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे, तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे, चाहत पद रज प्यारे।
तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे, तेरे पाछे चलत नटवर, चाहत पद रज प्यारे, चाहत पद रज प्यारे।
हरि भावें शुद्ध जन तोहि, पतित भावें प्यारे, हरि भावें शुद्ध जन तोहि, पतित भावें प्यारे, पतित भावें प्यारे। जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे,
जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे, जयति गुरुवर प्यारे।
तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को, श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे, तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को, श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे, श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे।
तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को, श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे, तू करावे ज्ञान हरि को, श्रुति पुराणन प्यारे, श्रुति पुरातन प्यारे।
तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारे, तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारे, साधना भी प्यारे।
तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारे, तू बतावे हरि मिलन की साधना भी प्यारे, साधना भी प्यारे।
शुद्ध मन हो जाए तो तू प्रेम भी दे प्यारे, शुद्ध मन हो जाए तो तू प्रेम भी दे प्यारे, प्रेम भी दे प्यारे। Shrimat Sadguru Sarkar ki,
Jai.
Albeli Sarkar ki,
Jai.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Ready for tonight's quiz? Okay. So, what is one thing that you can get that can help you get a hint that someone could be a true guru? It's not final proof, but you might notice something, recognize something. Who remembers? Yes. Okay, so yeah, when a true saint gives a lecture, or you could say even the writings of a saint. So the writings or the lectures of a saint have a particular power that can be felt. Of course, it depends on our receptivity, but that's one thing you might notice. Hey, this saint's words are different than others' words I've heard. It makes a difference in here. So that's one way. But that's not a final proof. What's an even more important form of proof? Okay, that's what your worldly attachments reduce and be more specific. What kind of happiness? Yeah, we call it bhav. So feelings towards Radha and Krishna, feelings of love for Radha and Krishna, we call bhav. That grows with the Guru's grace. So see, it's so simple. How do you recognize a Guru? You follow the Guru's teachings, follow the path being taught by the Guru. That is supposed to purify your heart. So if your heart is purifying, your worldly attachments are going to reduce, and your attachment to Radha and Krishna, and therefore your bhav, is going to increase. That's it. No need for a 1-hour lecture. That's it. That's how you recognize a guru. In the end, of course, with Guru's grace, what happens? In the very end, when your heart is fully purified. Before that, what happens? There's a couple things that happen in one after another. First thing, gum rau. What's that? No, ignorance, Guru already removed when he gave us knowledge.
100% heart purification.
What is gu? Andhakar or?
Ignorance.
Or maya. Gu means maya. So ru, remove. The one who removes it. So Guru ends the bondage of maya. So first our heart had to be 100% pure. Then Guru ends the bondage of maya. Then what happens? Yes. He gives you his grace. Via the Guru, God gives you his grace in the form of a specific power. What's it called? Someone over here said it. Swarup Shakti. And what does Swarup Shakti do?
You see God.
Before, just the fraction of a second before you see God, what has to happen? Maya was eliminated, you got Swarup Shakti, divine mind and senses. Then you see God. And into your divine mind, you get Divya Prem, Premanand, the divine love of God also. So Guru does all that in the end. To get to that point, we have to do some work. We have to follow the sadhana that's being taught by the Guru. Then, of course, Guru's helping us, gracing us. But in the end, that's 100% Guru's work. When our heart is fully purified, then Guru eliminates Maya, gives us a divine mind, gives us divine bliss, everything, all in one, not even 1 second. But to get to that point, we have to be qualified. Okay, what are the topics for tomorrow? I told 3 different topics. Okay, evidence of someone being a true saint that you can actually see with your eyes. Yes. 4 things a true guru won't do, and what was the other, one other thing? Now I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, I remember now. Yes, Madhav. Okay, what about a person who doesn't have faith, doesn't have hunger for God, doesn't have Shraddha? What are they lost forever? Because I said you have to have Shraddha, then you can receive the effect of the Guru's grace. So what about that person who doesn't have Shraddha? Actually, there's a shlok in the Bhagavad that addresses this problem. So we'll talk about all of these things tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.
Thank you, Swamiji. It was a wonderful lecture again today. Radhe Radhe. Please give a big round of applause for Swamiji. Nothing enough for this teaching that all of us are benefiting from. Please continue to come because you don't want to break that sequence. You want to get the answers every day. If you break it one day, then next day you're lost. So please don't lose that. Please keep coming. Thank you so much. And again, as I said before, we will have Guru Purnima celebration on Friday starting 7 p.m. So please be here and enjoy the nectar.